Hi. Okay, that was weird. Like technical difficulties. Okay, so we have a new moon in Aries on March 29th. It's a solar eclipse and it's a super moon. And we're like right in the middle of eclipse season. So I only have two decks with me because I am in the middle of moving. Yeah, the new start is coming, new moon. It does kind of look like an eclipse, right? You can see that the sun is shining behind the moon. And you have a time to give rather than take, which is what I've been feeling lately. Just like giving back instead of like taking. And you know, the more that you give back, the more you will open yourself up to receiving from people around you, from the universe. And I don't know, I've been feeling this new start coming, especially since Pisces season is almost over and we're headed into Aries season. Probably today, actually. Let me see. On the 20th. That started 2 days ago. So we are in Aries season, actually, but it still kind of felt like Pisces season a little bit. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. We just had a new moon in Aquarius in February. So this could surround a situation that you were involved with around that time. I noticed how my voice started getting raspy, and that just means like tapping into energy. Like someone needs to clear their throat chakra. And what's funny is I brought my blue kyanite with me. I just actually got this today as a gift at this crystal store that I am applying to. So you know, this is for the throat chakra. It's also for the third eye chakra too, to help keep you focused and to help, you know, speak your truth. And there could be a situation that is coming through with these cards. You have a new start is coming. So take that however it resonates. If there's a specific situation that nothing has really happened and this is something, I don't know, if it involves another person, a new start is coming. Bring love into the situation. So whatever situation this is, you need to bring love into that situation, no matter what it is. It may be, you know, the situation, it's a time to give rather than take. So maybe there has been this balance or like this sort of unbalance where one person was giving and giving, another person was taking, another person didn't know how to give back. You know, when we're faced in situations like that, that means that we need to walk away. And I've had to learn that if I am faced with a situation and the person that I'm involved with, where if I don't feel like my time and my energy and effort is being matched and reciprocated, you know, if the person's not capable of doing that, it's like, okay, well, I need to invest my time in situations and people where it is reciprocated. And that's when we know when we need to walk away, even though it's like really hard to walk away, especially if you love someone, especially if you did bring love into the situation. Maybe the other person didn't bring all of their love into the situation. So it's almost like if you did have to walk away from this person, if there is a specific person on your mind and this reading resonates with you, because, you know, I do channel love and guidance messages, you know, surrounding twin flame and soulmate connections. Even if I were to just do a general reading, like this could also just be for career, right? A new start is coming in career. You know, a time to give rather than take. What ways can you give back so the universe can give back to you? So now back to love. Bring love into the situation. So how can you show whoever this is, love, even though our first instinct is to be upset and angry with that person. But if we hold on to that resentment, that doesn't allow us the space to be our true authentic selves, right? Because then we're just in our ego. We can't find that balance of flowing between our energies, right? A fiery climax approaches full moon in Aries. I don't know when the full moon in Aries is going to be, but I definitely feel this with Aries season starting, and with this full moon, like, it's going to be powerful. It's a super moon and it's a solar eclipse. So it feels to me, because we had the lunar eclipse, right? We had that recently. And so we're in between eclipse season, right? And so what I'm getting is, like, with the lunar eclipse, now that's the moon, right? That's where the sun, or when the moon covers the sun, right? That's what I think. So with the lunar eclipse, it might be like things that are hidden, right? Being in the dark. But the solar eclipse is like opposite, right? Like the sun is dominant in this pair, right? So with the solar eclipse, it really feels like it's going to eclipse things out. It's going to kind of just like reveal the truth, right? Reveal the truth of any situation that comes up, any relationship that you have. And this is going to be a very powerful moon to manifest with the super moon, because it's amplified. The energy of the moon is amplified, right? So, I mean, anything can happen. Eclipses are wild cards. So, sometimes they'll eclipse things out. Sometimes they'll bring things in. And, sometimes things are only meant to stay temporarily. And it's interesting because we are in Mercury retrograde. So, there could be things that kind of start up right now and then, may end at the end of Mercury retrograde, because they weren't meant to last. They were only there to be temporary. And that could be relationships. That could be, any situation that you face. So it's okay to start new things, but you just have to be prepared that anything could happen, right, at any moment. So we're going to use the Crow Tarot. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles. The Three of Pentacles. Now, the Three of Pentacles, this could be like a work thing. I mean, that's what I'm getting, but you see these two crows on here, they're not really paying attention to each other. They're just kind of doing their own thing. Maybe these are like two people who don't typically like working with other people. They're used to just kind of like doing things on their own, supporting themselves and taking care of themselves and being financially stable by themselves. And so it's almost like the universe and God is going to bring two people together who are used to doing things on their own. And these two people are going to come together, and it's almost like the lesson for these two people is to learn how to collaborate together. That is what I'm getting from these two cards. You have the Page of Pentacles and the King of Pentacles. Now, this could be two different people. You could have one that's kind of this like younger energy and one that's kind of like this older energy, or it could be the same person that's evolving from the page into the king because he got knighted, right? He got kinged. I want to say that this is energy of someone who evolved is what I'm getting. You know, I was driving today and I think it was like a sign for a church, and it said resurrection on there. And I've been seeing XX, which is judgment, which, you know, is a card of rising up from the dead after death, right? After the death of the ego. And, you know, a lot of masculines have to go through the death of ego to rise to become a king. Like, they just don't become king, like, right away. Not everyone can become king, right? Everyone starts as a page, and then you work up to being a knight, and then to a king, right? So this tells me that someone has been working on some sort of, like, pentacle, whatever offer, message. Like, they've been sitting on it because they were just not at the frequency and vibration to fully manifest this, bring this in, because before I shoveled we had the Queen of Pentacles. So I do get that the feminine energy coming through is a little bit more high vibed than what this masculine's was, so maybe that's why there was like this mismatch and it didn't work, right? And so it's almost like this person had to kind of go through their own transformation, their own resurrection. They're being resurrected right now. Like, they had to go through this period of transformation. You know, they were just kind of like over here, like doing their thing, not really paying attention to other people. They didn't want to work with other people. Maybe this is someone who didn't want to be in a relationship with someone because they like being alone. These two people, there could be two people who like being alone, but more dominantly one person than the other person. And this I'm getting is a masculine energy. And so this masculine, you know, now he's like surrounded by abundance, right? He's surrounded by fruit and all of these gifts that, you know, maybe people have given him, maybe the universe has blessed him, and now he's able to see that he is abundant. He's always abundant. He always has what he needs. And now he's like, it's his turn to shine is what I'm getting. You see how his feathers are all fluffed out? They're showing like he's showing like he's the man now. He's dominant. So after this transformation, whatever this pentacle is, whatever this could be a gift, right? This could be a gift that they have. Maybe this person wants to share their abundance with this feminine here, with this other person. The King of Wands on the bottom of the deck, he has risen. And it's so funny because like we have Easter coming up too, you know, where Jesus died on the cross, and he risen. He went through a literal death. And I'm not saying like people are going through a literal death, you know, ego death is just an energetic thing. But it's like almost like this person just like they risen. And you see you have the lion there, right? They become the lion. Now, a real divine masculine doesn't have to prove that he's a lion. He just shows it. He just embodies it, and everyone can see that the lion, like, he's very brave and he's courageous and he's a strong leader. And, you know, he's not afraid of his fears. Like, and most masculine fears, from my experience, is opening up and feeling love and giving love because they don't feel worthy of receiving love, and they've never been in a position where they've had to like step up and share that love that other person was giving them. And it's just like too scary because they have never been able to give that love to them because there's this sense of unworthiness. And it's like once this person goes through this transformation, like they're finally king, right? Now this could also be two very different energies. You know, this could be earth and fire energy, or this could just be the characteristics of one person. Take it however it resonates, because this is just a general reading. So you see, because like you see how this person's kind of like flaunting their wealth and like they're just kind of showing off. And then you can see in this card, this person's more stoic. And this person just kind of just seems more in their power, right? They're just standing there, they're looking the other way, they're taking everything in. You know, the King of Wands is a go-getter, right? He goes after what he wants. He's a natural born leader. So maybe this is like both characteristics of like what this person shows depending on who he's around. But I mean, this could just be like competition too. Like if one person's not going to step up, you don't wait for them to step up, you move on, because you know that the universe has something better for you. What's meant for you will never pass you by. It always can come back around when it's actually time for it. If you self-sabotage it, look, you have the moon. And look, this almost looks like that blood moon, but you can see how like the bird is in the moon. That's why I said there's some sort of secret. This solar eclipse is going to reveal something. Reveal a secret. Now, whatever the secret is could be different for everyone. Look, the High Priestess is on the bottom of the deck. She's a keeper of secrets too. So this could be a secret that maybe the feminine knows, but this masculine doesn't know, and it's going to be revealed somehow. Maybe the masculine feels the exact same way and has a similar secret. And once it's revealed, the feminine over here is going to be like, wow, like, I felt the same thing, but it just was not brought up to the surface. I can also see she's wearing a veil, and I love this card. So this could also just be like a symbol of a symbol of marriage. Maybe someone, you know, just like sees you and wants to commit to you and, you know, marry you someday. You know, maybe this person doesn't typically like commitment, but then when they meet you, like, that's when it changed. And, you know, the moon is Pisces energy. The moon is... We have two cards that represent secrets. So there's some sort of secret being highlighted here that I feel like this eclipse is going to reveal. And also, a lot of the times why men don't want to commit and get married is because they... the devil. It's Aries energy. It was flipped over. So a lot of these masculines don't want commitment. First of all, because they have trauma and stuff that they need to deal with, but also because they've never met a divine feminine, a feminine who wants to respect her masculine, right? Understands that the masculine, the divine masculine, is supposed to lead them in the physical world, while the feminine leads them in the spiritual world. And it's like, until you meet someone who understands that, then it's like you're on the same page. But if you're not on the same page with someone and you guys don't share the same values, like, what's the point of carrying on that relationship? Now, I have the devil. This could be a card of obsession, but I feel like this is just like someone's trying to free themselves from something. They could be freeing themselves from a relationship, from a person. They could be freeing themselves from their old ways. You know, I really feel like this new beginning that we're experiencing, we're going to have to sacrifice a lot of things. We're going to have to sacrifice our old limiting beliefs, our old stories that we have portrayed on ourselves and onto other people, and that we let affect our future relationships. But this is definitely someone who is ready to free themselves. They're ready to free themselves. You see how they're like all in this darkness? They don't want to be in that place anymore. And what's keeping them stuck could be like, you know, them expressing their feelings. They have the Ace of Cups. Because the Knight of Cups is on the bottom of the deck. That's secret admirer energy. But it's like this person, like, this is a new beginning in love, but you see how you have the sun coming up and then the clouds are still there, but the clouds are starting to go away. There's like this sense of like confusion, this like cloudiness, and the sun is starting to come up and like clear this. And I really feel like that this full, or this new moon, this lunar eclipse, is really going to help bring this masculine energy, or whoever this is, like out of the darkness, and they're going to start to see their worth. You see how he's looking in the cup. Now, cups represents your emotions, right? Your feelings. And the Ace of Cups is this overflowing cup of love that you just want to share with someone. And it's almost like they don't know how to share this love. They don't know how to share their feelings. But this person wants to do it so bad, but there's just this fear, their pride and their ego just is in the way. And I can feel it, because I am feeling so frustrated, because I'm feeling it, man. I'm definitely feeling it. And it's like this final test that these masculines have to go through to fully evolve and step up and be crowned as the divine masculine. That is the only way that a masculine can rise up as a divine masculine, is to put their pride and ego to the side and just feel. Now, if you've ever seen the movie Eat, Pray, Love, please go watch it. It is my favorite movie with Julia Roberts in it. And she meets the medicine man, right? When she's in Thailand or whatever. I don't know where she's at. And he reminds her to think with your heart, not with your mind. Because if you're always leading with your mind and listening to your ego, you are just going to become insane. You are just always going to think logically. You're never going to go after what you want, because it's going to seem too scary. Your ego is going to create all of these illusions, these stories that aren't even real, but to protect yourself from getting hurt. That's what the ego does. It protects you from getting hurt. Now, if you think with your heart, you're allowing yourself to feel those things that you want. You feel the love. You manifest through your heart chakra. If your heart chakra is blocked, you will not be able to manifest. You will not be able to receive anything. You will not be able to be in a place of giving. Everything starts with your heart. Now, you can use balance between those two, logic, your mind, and your heart, your soul, and find a balance between that to help you make a healthy decision. Yes, this opportunity might be scary, but there could be a possibility where I end up getting everything I ever wanted. That's why we have to take risks. That's why we have to just kind of, be that full energy and just take a leap of faith and have blind faith while you're at it, because even though you can't see, you still trust that everything's gonna work out, right? Just like you can't see your angels or your spirit guides. You can't actually see God, that energy of God right in front of you. You embody that energy and you trust that that energy is with you at all times because you have faith. Now, I'm almost out of time, so what's the overall outcome of this? And 10 of Wands. Someone here has to let go of some of that heavy weight. You see how he's having a hard time flying because he has all of these things, all these things that are preventing him from flying. It's like becoming too heavy. Someone has these heavy burdens. Maybe you have a lot on your chest, a lot on your mind that you need to get off. Goes my throat chakra. Again, someone has a lot on their mind and they need to get it off of their chest, because this is keeping you down. This is weighing you down. What is your guidance? Five of Wands. Your guidance is stop fighting with yourself. Stop fighting with your ego. All you're doing is creating chaos. You see how they're just all flying around? They don't know where to go. They don't know where to put the wands. This in traditional tarot, you have like these 5 people like trying to fight where they want to place that wand, where they want to put their energy, where they should invest their energy, where they shouldn't invest their energy. And it's like, the more you weigh yourself down, the more you hold on to all of this. It could be guilt, it could be shame, it could be Just things that you're expressing, things that you're not allowing yourself to feel, is what I'm getting from this. And my thing keeps lagging. So I don't know what's going on with that. It's Mercury retrograde. But anyways, the longer you hold on to this, the more chaos you're going to bring into your life. The more you're just not seeing past your ego. You're being blinded by your ego, and you're having this constant internal battle with yourself. And the only way to get out is to become aware of what this chaos is bringing in, what lesson is being shown to you right now during Mercury retrograde, and how can you get out of this cycle? How can you get out of this loop that you are currently in? By just surrendering. You know, earlier the card Surrender to the Divine wanted to come out, but I didn't take it. But maybe I should have. Alright, hope that reading was helpful. If you wish to book a personal reading, I'll list all my stuff below. And hopefully I'll be doing readings in person and Reiki sessions in person as well. But I am also doing them online too. Alright, have a wonderful day, guys. Bye.